Most men, even those who have been in very close and loving relationships for many, many years, have a place in their understanding that is a bit like a dark room. It is a spot they haven't quite seen yet when it comes to knowing what their partner is truly feeling during their most private and special times together. This does not happen because these men are unkind or because they do not care. In fact, most men I talk to care a whole lot about how their partner feels. They want their partner to be happy and to feel loved. The real reason for this gap in knowledge is that nobody has ever taken the time to sit them down and explain things in a simple, clear way. No one has walked them through what is actually going on inside a woman's body and her mind when they are being intimate, especially during those moments when they are physically becoming one and everything that happens afterward. This little gap in knowledge can lead to things we don't always notice right away. It is not usually something big or loud like a giant fight. Instead, it is a quiet thing that builds up over time. It is a space that grows between what a man thinks is happening for his partner and what she is really feeling deep down. It shows up as small moments where the timing is just a little bit off, or where one person is focused on one thing while the other needs something else. These tiny misses can make a moment that could have been truly beautiful and deep feel a bit less special for both people. Today, I want to help close that gap for you. I am going to walk you through what is really going on in your partner's body and her heart during your closest times together. We will talk about the way her body changes, the special chemicals in her brain that make her feel close to you, and the way she feels inside her heart, the parts that involve being brave and trusting you. These are things she might feel very deeply but might not have the right words to tell you. I will also talk to you in a very practical way about what all of this means for you. I want to show you how you can show up for her in a way that makes your connection stronger than ever. I am Dr. Julia Rausch. I am someone who helps men understand their bodies and their relationships. I have spent more than 10 years working with all kinds of couples, helping men find their way back to feeling healthy, strong, and happy in their private lives. Before we dive into all the details, I want to invite you to stay connected with this group of caring experts. If you find this helpful, please make sure you keep following along with us so you don't miss any of the helpful things we share. Every week, we put out information that is based on real science and is truly meant to help men with their health and their relationships. If you know another man who would benefit from hearing this, please share it with him. Now, let us begin. Let's talk about what is happening in her body before you become physically close and why this sets the stage for everything else. To really understand what a woman feels when you are intimate, you first have to understand how her body needs to feel inside before that even starts. You see, when a woman's body is fully ready and feeling very good, the experience of being close is completely different than if her body isn't quite there yet. It's not just a small difference. It's like the difference between a cold room and a warm, sunny day. For a woman, getting ready for intimacy is like a flower opening up. It happens in a certain order and it takes time. It is a process that moves through her body in a specific way. If you try to rush it, it just doesn't work as well, and that can change how she feels. Understanding this is probably the most important thing a man over 60 can know about his partner. It all starts in her brain. Her brain is like the control center. For her to start feeling that special spark, her nervous system has to feel safe and happy. This can happen because of a sweet thought, a loving feeling, or a gentle touch, or usually a mix of all three. When she starts to feel that spark, a part of her nervous system that helps her body relax and rest kicks into gear. This sends more blood moving down toward her pelvic area. Think of this blood flow like the engine that makes everything else run. As more blood moves into that area, parts of her that are very sensitive start to fill up and get more blood. This includes things you can see and things you can't see that are deep inside. When this happens, every single nerve ending in that area becomes much more sensitive. It's like turning up the volume on a beautiful song. This makes her feel things much more strongly. At the same time, her body starts to create its own natural moisture. This is a very good sign that her body is waking up and getting ready. It's also very important for making sure that being close feels comfortable and good for her. While this is happening, there is another very cool thing going on inside that many men don't know about. The inside of her body actually changes shape a little bit. The top part of the canal where you are close actually gets longer and wider. It's like her body is making a soft, welcoming space. Also, the opening to her womb, which usually sits a bit lower, lifts up and moves out of the way. This is so important because if that didn't happen, being close could feel a bit pokey or even painful for her. By moving up, her body is making sure she only feels the good parts. Another big part of this is her muscles. There are muscles at the bottom of her belly that are usually a little bit tight just to hold everything in place. As she gets more and more ready and relaxed, these muscles start to let go. They soften. This softening is what makes it possible for her to welcome you in a way that feels wonderful instead of tight or resistant. Now, here is something very important to remember. This relaxation of her muscles doesn't just happen on its own. She has to feel truly relaxed and safe deep down. If she is there with you, but her mind is worried, or if she feels rushed, those muscles might stay a little bit tight. Even if she wants to be close to you, her body might not have gotten the message yet that it's okay to fully open up. This is why being kind, making her feel safe, and taking your time isn't just a nice thing to do. It is actually what her body needs to work the right way. All of this takes time. It really does. For most women to get to that place where they are fully ready, where their body has made that space and those muscles have softened, it takes anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes of gentle, loving attention. As we get older, like in our 50s and 60s, this time usually gets longer, not shorter. This is because of the natural changes that happen in a woman's body during the time her hormones change, which we call menopause. It takes a little longer for the blood to flow and for the natural moisture to show up. Often, it helps a lot to use a little extra moisture from a bottle, no matter how much she loves you or how ready she feels. When things happen too fast, before her body is truly ready, everything feels different for her. The inside is not as sensitive in the good way. The space hasn't opened up, and the opening to her womb might still be in the way, which can hurt. Her muscles might still be a bit tight, making it feel like there is a bit of a struggle rather than a warm welcome. For men over 60, this is so important because sometimes men feel a little bit of a rush. You might worry about your own body or how long you can stay ready, and that worry makes you want to move quickly. But moving fast is actually the opposite of what makes the experience good for her. When a man rushes, he is accidentally making sure the experience isn't as good as it could be. The best thing you can do is invest in that time. Those 15 to 30 minutes of gentle, focused, and loving play are not just a warm-up. They are the main event. They are the part that decides if what follows is something she truly enjoys or just something she puts up with. Now, let's talk about what she actually feels when you are physically one, both in her body and her mind. When her body is fully ready, the feeling for a woman is very complex and deep. From a physical side, that first moment of being close touches a lot of very sensitive nerves right at the entrance. Because her body has filled with blood, those sensitive parts inside are now pressing against the walls of her body. This means that when you are close, you are actually gently touching all those sensitive spots from the inside. This is why it feels so much better and more intense for her when she is fully ready. The parts of her that give her the most pleasure only really wake up once that whole opening process has finished. Many women say that being close like this gives them a feeling of fullness. It isn't just a physical feeling, it's a whole body feeling. It involves all the nerves in that area and her muscles working together. It's a deep, spread out feeling that is very different from the quick, sharp feelings on the outside. Many women describe this feeling as grounding. It makes them feel settled and centered, like they are anchored and safe, which is a very powerful and peaceful feeling. There is also a lot going on with the chemicals in her brain. When she is being close to someone she loves and trusts, her brain releases a special chemical called oxytocin. Some people call this the cuddle hormone or the bonding chemical. It is what makes us feel like we can trust someone. It makes us feel safe, connected, and very, very close. When this chemical is flowing, it isn't just a nice idea. It is a real thing happening in her body. It makes her feel like there is no space between you two and that you are truly together. This is why the way you treat her and how close you feel as a couple matters so much. This chemical flows even more when she feels safe and truly wanted. When she knows you love her and you aren't just there for yourself, but because you care about her, that chemical makes the whole experience much richer and more beautiful. The big lesson here is that how you are feeling and how you are acting before and during your time together changes how she feels physically. A man who is really there with her, who is paying attention and really cares about how she feels, is helping her body create those chemicals that make her feel amazing. He is helping her whole body relax and open up. That man is going to give his partner a much better experience than someone who is just trying to get finished or who is thinking about something else. Now, I want to talk about something very special: the trust she is giving you. There is a part of being close that most men haven't really thought about from a woman's point of view. I want to talk about it because once you understand it, it will change how you act. Think about the physical act of a woman letting a man into her body. It requires her to be very, very brave. She has to be physically and emotionally open in a way that men don't really have an equivalent for. To let someone else inside your body requires a huge amount of trust. It's not just the everyday trust of "I trust you to drive the car." It's the deep trust of being completely open with someone who is often bigger and stronger than you. Her body has to make a choice to be open instead of protecting itself. Those muscles we talked about, which usually stay closed to keep her safe, have to completely let go. This only happens when she feels 100% safe. Her body knows if she doesn't feel that trust, and it will stay closed up. For women over 50, this can be even more of a big deal. They might worry about how their bodies are changing as they get older. They might feel a little shy or worried that they aren't as pretty as they used to be. This makes them feel even more vulnerable. So, how much she feels that you truly want her, just as she is right now, is a big deal. It tells her nervous system that it is safe to be open. I want to share something very important that I tell all the couples I work with. Yes, bodies change as we get older. But many women hear messages from the world that say these changes make them less beautiful or less special. When a man shows his partner that he really, truly desires her exactly as she is today, it does something amazing for her. It tells her body, it's okay to open up. You are safe. A body that feels safe can feel pleasure that a worried or shy body just can't reach. When you show her you really want her, you aren't just being nice. You are helping her body work in a way that allows her to feel the most joy and closeness possible. Being there with your whole heart is not just a polite thing to do. It is a requirement for her body to feel its best. Now, let's talk about what she needs from you while you are being close: pace, attention, and being present. Now that you know what is happening in her body and mind, let's look at some simple ways you can use this knowledge. The first thing she needs is for you to watch your speed. Specifically, she needs that first moment of being close to be very, very slow. This isn't about being weak. It's about how her body is built. Even when she is very ready, those sensitive parts need time to adjust and feel welcome. If you start very slowly and gently for the first few minutes, you give her body the time to relax even more. If you go too fast, you skip over all those layers of feeling and make it just one quick event. You both lose out on a lot of beauty when that happens. The second thing she needs is for you to pay attention to how she is reacting. Her breathing is your best clue. If her breath is getting deeper and slower, or if it has a nice rhythm, that means she is feeling good and her body is happy. If she holds her breath, or if her breathing gets short and tight, That means you should slow down or change what you are doing. You can also feel her muscles. If she is reaching for you and moving with you, she is telling you she likes what is happening. If she gets very still or holds her breath, she might need a different angle or just more time. This isn't hard to do. You just have to look at her and listen to her. Don't worry about yourself or how you are performing. Just look at her. Listen to her breath. Feel her body. When a man stops worrying about himself and starts really looking at his partner, he learns everything he needs to know. He isn't working in the dark anymore. Most men, especially when they are excited, think mostly about what they are feeling. But shifting your focus to what she is feeling is the biggest change you can make. It's actually easier to do this as you get older because you don't have that same frantic energy you might have had when you were 20. You have the wisdom to be patient. The third thing she needs is for you to keep doing what you are doing once she is getting very close to that peak of feeling. For a woman to reach that peak, she needs things to stay the same for a little while. Her body locks into a certain rhythm. If you suddenly change speed or move to a different spot right when she is almost there, it can break the spell and the feeling might go away. When she tells you she is close, or you can feel that she is, the best thing you can do is keep doing exactly what you are doing. Don't speed up. Don't change anything. Just stay steady and be there with her. This is a mistake a lot of men make. They think they need to do something extra right at the end, but really, she just needs you to stay the course. Finally, let's talk about what happens after. Why being there afterward is just as important as the time you spent together. The experience for a woman doesn't just stop when the physical part is over. Those bonding chemicals in her brain stay high for a while afterward. This is the time when she feels the most open and the most tender. It is also the time when women feel either very close to their partner or very lonely, depending on what the man does. A man who stays close, who keeps holding her and doesn't immediately jump up to check his phone or go to sleep, is giving her a very big gift. He is telling her body, "You are safe. We are connected. I didn't just use you for a moment. I am here with you." That message, when given over and over again throughout a long relationship, builds a trust that is unbreakable. It makes her even more willing to be open the next time. But if a man pulls away right away, her body gets a different message. It feels like a door has been shut. Over time, her body might start to protect itself by not opening up as much. For men over 60, this is a place where you can really shine. You have the emotional maturity to just be still and be present. Being able to stay in that warm, quiet space after being close is one of the things women value most in a partner. It shows a kind of heart and love that is more important than anything else. Let's bring all of this together. Your partner's experience is a beautiful and complicated mix of her body and her heart. Her body needs time and gentleness to get ready. The act of being close releases powerful chemicals that make her feel bonded to you. Her bravery in being open with you is a big deal, and your kindness is what makes it possible. She needs you to be slow, to pay attention, and to be steady. And she needs you to stay with her after it's all over. A man who understands these things isn't just following a list of rules. He is being truly present with another person in one of the most special ways humans can be together. He is looking at her real feelings, not just an idea in his head. He is giving the kind of care that makes a relationship get better and deeper as the years go by. This is what it looks like to be a truly great partner as we get older. It's not about being a perfect athlete. It's about understanding her body, being there with your heart, and paying attention to the small things that matter most. This kind of love and closeness is available to any man who decides to learn it. It is what makes intimacy grow stronger even as time passes. I am Dr. Julia Rouse, and I am here to help you find that strength and that deep health in your own life and relationship. Thank you for spending this time with me.